Baron Verpelt has coordinated the armies of Maustria to combine and destroy the coalition forces of Crimsonia and Adoen. General von Mauskopf's army of the center will advance from the north, while Verpelt leads the army of the east from the south. Citizen General Acorn sees an opportunity to strike one Maustrian army before the other can join battle. He marches north to meet von Mauskopf. Von Mauskopf draws her forces into a defensive position on a large central hill called the Baldberg. It is steep and bare. 2 divisions hold the hill, while a third will need to march to join. The coalition army has the Adoean Division on the left, with 1st Division in the center and 2nd on the right. 3rd and 4th Divisions are marching to the field from the right. Admiral Oscypek sends a courier to Acorn, suggesting his division move to the left to flank the Baldberg. Acorn agrees and orders a general advance. Von Mauskopf calls Romador's division to march to the center and shuffles her defenses to counter the flanking Adoans. Citizen General Acorn orders 1st Division to hold, while the rest of the force marches into position. As the Adoans reach their marks and begin to advance, Acorn orders 1st and 2nd Divisions to assault the Baldberg. 3rd and 4th Divisions are marching in support. The first assault is driven back by fierce volleys, but the Crimsonians reform and attack again, with the Adoans joining from the left. The Adoans are met with fierce fire, but charge home, only to be driven off. On the right, the Maustrian line is broken, as a unit of 2nd Division climbs the Baldberg. Von Mauskopf scrambles to reorient her reserves, while the cavalry realize they can withdraw no further without compromising the entire position. A charge is ordered, with the light cavalry advancing first to disrupt the Adoans, before the heavy cavalry can countercharge in support. The plan goes horribly wrong, and the Maustrian cavalry are driven from the field. The Baldberg is surrounded, and Citizen General Acorn orders assaults from all sides, with 3rd Division now charging on the right and 1st Division attacking again in the center. On the right, Romador's divisions pour out devastating fire, disrupting the assault before it can begin. On the left, a unit of Hartz's division breaks and runs after a charge of cavalry and infantry. In the center, the 1st Division's Guard regiment is forced back after a violent melee, while the Maustrian unit is destroyed. 1st Division charge up the Baldberg and reach the battery at the top, but are driven back, exhausted and disrupted. Von Mauskopf sends reserves to face the cavalry advancing from behind, and desperately tries and fails to rally units. But help is at hand. The Army of the East reaches the field with Poulet's and Bellegarde's divisions arriving from the south. Acorn decides he must press his advantage and destroy the Maustrians before Verpelt's forces arrive in strength. Assaults are ordered from all sides of the Baldberg. On the left, Admiral Oscypek rallies her infantry, while the Marine Regiment exchange volleys with the Maustrian defenders. The Adoean cavalry charge up the hill, but are destroyed by effective fire. Accurate artillery drives off the infantry, but the Lancers destroy a regiment before being driven back. In the center, 1st Division succeeds in pushing Maustrian infantry up the hill and charge the guns. The artillery are destroyed, and 1st Division reaches the peak of the Baldberg. There are still units putting up remarkable resistance, as von Mauskopf desperately tries to hold on. On the left, Admiral Oscypek sends a unit of Adoean infantry to hold the village of Tupel, seeking to delay Verpelt. In the center, the Guards rally and turn to face Poulet's division. Units from 1st and 3rd Division assault the Maustrian chaos atop the Baldberg, destroying units but taking heavy casualties. General von Mauskopf's headquarters are overrun, and she is killed defending a regimental banner. Maustrian forces still resist on the left and right of the hill, and have some disordered units at the top. A fresh unit of Adoean infantry charge on the left, but are again driven back. On the right, artillery fire takes its toll on the Maustrians, disrupting the defense. A Crimsonian charge atop the hill is driven back. 4th Division breaks through Romador's units on the right. Verpelt's army of the east is now in a position to attack, charging into the village with artillery support and driving the Adoean defenders away, though at a high cost. Bellegarde's units pursue through the village, with Baron Verpelt himself leading the way. The Adoans launch a series of desperate charges on the left to hold back Verpelt, while 1st and 3rd Division try again to clear the Baldberg, with support from 4th Division's heavy cavalry. The Adoean lancers rout the Maustrian infantry, forcing them back behind the village. On the left of the hill, a stubborn unit of infantry halt the advance of the Adoean Marines before turning to face another unit and driving them off in melee. On the top of the Baldberg, Maustrian resistance is finally ended by coordinated charges, but 4th Division's cavalry is exhausted and will play no further part in the battle. Verpelt orders another assault on the Adoans. His cavalry is driven back, while Verpelt leads a unit into the disordered Marines. Far from their ships, the elite Adoans decide that paw-to-paw combat is easier than this musket business and force the Maustrians back, nearly capturing Verpelt in the tumult. Admiral Oscypek urges them on with squeaks of "Cheese! Cheese! Cheese!" In the centre, Poulet orders an assault against the exhausted units now occupying the Baldberg. But the Crimsonians will not surrender their hard-won gains so easily, and the attackers are thrown back in chaos. With the day drawing to a close, the Adoan lancers advance to finish off the Maustrian heavy horse, but are instead driven back and destroyed. Admiral Oscypek tries and fails to bring order to the Marine regiment, but Baron Verpelt does not give them respite. Joining the Guards regiment of Radviocek, the Lord Constable of Maustria leads the charge. The Guards cut down the disordered Marines, and Admiral Oscypek's body is found dead with 15 wounds in her front, none in her back. A last-chance assault by Poulet's division on the right fails to break the Crimsonian line, and darkness begins to fall. The remaining Maustrian units on the Baldberg take the opportunity afforded by twilight to abandon the hill and reach Verpelt's forces. They report that virtually all of von Mauskopf's army of the centre have been destroyed. The Crimsonians have paid a heavy price to take the Baldberg, but most losses exist amongst the Adoans. 5 of Oscypek's regiments are broken or destroyed, and the Admiral herself is dead. Baron Verpelt considers remaining on the field to renew the battle in the morning, but as the size of the losses amongst the army of the centre are reported, he realizes that the Crimsonians now outnumber his force, and hold the high ground of the Baldberg. Verpelt has no option but to withdraw. The war will not end this day.